Hey, bunghole sniffers, it's Hunter from Bourbon and More Bourbon. And tonight we have our first fan picked video. This is very exciting. We did a poll on Instagram and let my followers pick what we're pouring tonight. The choices were Eagle Rare 10 and 12 year, like a head to head between Kentucky Owl and Old Carter Rise, Thomas H. Handy 2025, and uh, the new Old Granddad 114 single barrel 7 year. I still have a little sample bottle of that left, so we're gonna save that for another video sometime. So you let me know if any of those videos, those head-to-heads, or those other bottles you want to see soon, and we can definitely do that. So viewers picked. We're doing Old Carter Kentucky Owl. As you can see, I have the Old Carter bottle here tonight. I like that Old Granddad. I only have a sample bottle left of the Kentucky Owl. Highly recommend going on like Amazon or something and buying little bottles. I got like a pack of 50 of these. Um, be like me, forget you still have it, and you get surprised later that you have this whiskey you thought you ran out of, and now you can do a video with it. Cool. Um, so jump into a little bit about these bottles, these pours. Both of these are from companies considered to be non-distilling producers. We call them NDPs for short. They do not really make their own whiskey. They're mostly going to other companies and distilleries and selecting barrels and purchasing them, and then either bottling them right away or rebarreling them and just picking out really good whiskey from really great places. And it's really interesting and kind of all the rage right now. These are two companies that kind of been doing it longer than a lot of these other newer companies. Kentucky Owl is an actual old brand. C.M. Dedman was the founder, and his one of his descendants, Dixon Dedman, revitalized the company in the early like 2010s, and then he ended up selling it in 2017 to Stoli Group. Stayed on until 2021, and then started another company called 2XO, and that's Dixon Dedman's company to this day. Um, he also founded Kentucky Owl with Mark Carter, and Mark's married to Sherry Carter. She's involved um, with Kentucky Owl too. So the three of them kind of pioneered Kentucky Owl. It was extremely popular in the 2010s, and of course, Mark Carter separated ways with Kentucky Owl in 2017. I think around that time that they sold to Stoli, and he started Old Carter, and with his wife at the time, Sherry Carter. A little bit about them. They separated in 2024. Actually put the company up for auction as part of the settlement, and he came in with um, an actual group of buyers, and he repurchased it. And he has a 50% stake now, and his partner's name is Bill Thomas, and they're doing a great job. This is one of the first releases from 2025 since they repurchased and brought it back. So we were really scared at the time that we thought Old Carter was going to be gone, because Kentucky Owl around that time, maybe 2023 or so, they filed for bankruptcy. They were going to be doing something crazy with like a theme park. So who knows if we'll ever get any more Kentucky Owl. At least we'll get more Old Carters. A little bit more about the bottles. The Kentucky Owl's 101.8 proof. It is 11-year age stated. I don't know anything about the mash bill because this is an NDP. They might have some kind of legal reason why they can't disclose where it's coming from, or the mash bill because of it's like a trade secret for somebody else. Same thing with the Old Carter. We don't know much about the mash bill. We think it's 51% rye. This one is it is a small batch. It is a blend. It has 14 barrels blended in there. There's about 3,017 bottles in this release. Mine is number 566. How beautiful that label is with that horse. Um, so this one is a little bit higher in proof, 119.5. MSRP on the Kentucky Owl was about 200. I got it a couple years ago for 120, which is insane. I had to buy it for that because I think the last Kentucky Owl rye was like 400 MSRP, which is nuts. Okay, the old Carters retail for about 200. They also do state exclusive releases. I have one from like DC. That's a bourbon. I've got a Tennessee one. Um, Tried some California and Texas ones and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for these. You might have to go online to find them. I think it's time to get into these glasses. So we're going to start with a lower proof one, the Kentucky Owl. Um, we've not really talked about color much, but this is a very light amber. Give it a little swirl job. Oh my god, that's really good. It's strong. It's got an ethanol punch, but the flavors on that are so layered and so dark and complex. I'm getting so much cherry on this, which I don't remember getting. And I do remember always getting like a citrus aspect. There's always like an orange peel and just tons of spice. There's like pepper, cinnamon, and then this luscious caramel. Let's try it out. Yeah, that's really good. The orange kind of turns more into like a lemon peel, and the cherry's still there. I remember this being minty and like more eucalyptus rye before, but I'm not getting that tonight. Could be something I ate. Could be the first pour. But let's see if we can get anything herbal on the second sip. Oh man, just intense oak. It's very sweet. It is a little bit earthy, but I'm not getting anything youthful in it. I'm not getting traditional rye notes, which I feel like I did on the entire rest of the bottle that I drank. Wow. It's got a medium finish. It's still there. It's not the most numbing. It's not the most oily, but it is a little oily. It's got a little bit of viscousness. I think now on the finish, I am getting those herbal notes. I am getting a little bit of like a eucalyptus. I don't know what shamrocks smell like or taste like, but I just pictured shamrock, which is probably you're never going to hear again. Probably thinking like mint or grass. Maybe like a little bit of a hay note. We just realized that we did not bring a water bottle, so this will be going from one to the other. Oh well. Sometimes we just got to do that. I mean, it's what we do anyway, right? When we're drinking by ourselves, when we're at a bottle share. So, all right. Ooh, this one's got more like a marshmallow. Yeah, this is possibly has younger whiskey in it, but this is smelling older. This is smelling like a bourbon, and let me double check. Yes, that is the rye. Yeah, this smells like a toasted bourbon. Um, there may be some aspects of this that were double oaked. I think we mentioned that. Mark has confirmed that he does do that sometimes. They will take part of the blend and double oak it for several more years. I think This particular one is about 9-year old, and then 2.5 years of double oaking, from what I've gathered on various sources that are unconfirmed. Um, but that's the fun in it. We don't really know. Yeah, it's got cocoa and marshmallow and cherry and oak on the nose. Um, it transfers to the palate. There's some vanilla, there's some cinnamon, um, some chocolate covered, and I mean like cocoa dust or milk chocolate when I say chocolate. Um, on the marshmallow, maybe a little graham cracker. So this is almost a s'mores cookie with like a wood fire. This is extremely manly and bravado for a rye whiskey. This is, oh man, extremely sophisticated and oily. Um, the only fruit I think I am getting would be the cherry and maybe a little bit of like a burnt orange or an orange peel. There's nothing youthful to this. This is older. This is oilier. This got more punch from the proof. This got more spice than the Kentucky Owl. Let's rate these real quick. Okay, Kentucky Owl. Um, very impressed with it tonight. Very sad that's the last of it that I have. Um, gonna give that one an 8. No, it's too high. 7.9. I think it could be a little better, a little higher proof, a little longer finish. The notes um, weren't as punchy, and the nose was a little hotter than I wanted it to be. The Old Carter, though, I am giving this a much, much higher score. This is maybe one of the best pours I've had this year, at least top five. Um, 8.9. Might regret that later, but this is the best Old Carter um, rye I've ever had. This is the second best Old Carter I've ever owned, and maybe the third best that I've ever tried. Um, it is absolutely fantastic. Hope you're able to find either of these bottles. Um, some good alternatives for either of these. Um, Willet 4-year um, purple top, sorry, green top rise. Purple top is the bourbon, green top's the rye. It's got more of those herbal notes that I was looking for, those minty notes. Um, and then Sagamore, anything Sagamore, cast strength. You're not going to be disappointed with them. They're not over $100. Much more findable. Um, should be pretty wide distribution, and they're extremely solid. Um, they punch higher than their price and their proof. Other than that, like, follow, turn on notifications, leave me a comment what you want to see next, and you know, go outside, nerds.